What is up, guys? Welcome to Yugioh Pro 2, the new Yu-Gi-Oh game that is essentially going to replace, for the most part, Yu-Gi-Oh Pro in general. This is the second version of it. It's all going to be free, and it will be something that you don't have to download if you want to continue playing Yu-Gi-Oh Pro 1. Essentially, it's a standalone client that can connect to other people playing Yu-Gi-Oh Pro 1. So that's pretty cool. So if you guys are not interested in this, you guys prefer the other one, go ahead and do so. It's not going to be something that's going to change gameplay mechanics, but it is so much nicer, and there are so many things that have changed with this. But I'll give you guys the download links down below in the description box and all that good stuff. But make sure you watch most of this video. I don't want to tell you guys watch the video so I get that 10-minute AdSense, but I want to tell you guys to watch it simply because there's a lot of things that you guys will need to do to get this to run properly. So first off, before you even think about downloading it, let me go ahead and show you guys what the game looks like. For those of you guys that saw this a while back ago, I made a video a while back ago covering this game, but I had to remove it due to legal issues, and I didn't really want to get someone else into trouble. But nonetheless, let me go ahead and show you guys what the game looks like, and you guys can determine for yourself if this is a new game that you guys want to download. And as always, it's all going to be free. You have access to all of the cards. It's basically Yu-Gi-Oh Pro 2 that just looks much cleaner. So let me go and just play a replay for you guys, and you guys can see how cool this game looks. And I think the game looks really good. So you guys can see over here. Let me turn down the volume a little bit because it is quite loud. So this is what the game looks like. And what's cool with this, I know my camera's kind of blocking the extra deck over here, but if I click, I can click and I can see everything in the extra deck. This game is really the next gen of Yu-Gi-Oh Pro. But anyways, what's cool and what has changed, and I'll show you guys some of the things that have changed since I covered this game a while back ago in its earlier stages. You can now scale the UI. I can scale this card, not that I really want to do that, but I can read the card's effect right here. Everything is super HD, so you guys will have access to being able to read the card simply by reading the card, not reading the text. But if I don't like that, I can go ahead and move it and make things smaller. I think this is going to be great for YouTube videos. But one important thing I want to ask you guys, because you guys are my viewers, is would you guys rather see this, or would you guys rather see Yu-Gi-Oh Pro 1 as far as, when I'm doing replays, whether I'm playing the game? What would you rather see, guys? At the moment, I still will have to do Yu-Gi-Oh Pro 1 because there's not enough players. There's no one that has access to this game. The Chinese just got access to this really recently. So essentially, this is super fresh, so there's no one to really play with at the moment. Like I said before, you can play with people that are using Yu-Gi-Oh Pro 1. I'm not really sure exactly how that works, but there's a lot of things that are still currently in development. There also apparently is going to be a shop in the game. Now, it's not going to be pay to win. It's going to be things like card sleeves and cosmetics. That's originally how it was designed. When I covered the game a long time ago, it was like soundtracks, it was card sleeves, so don't worry, the game's not going to be pay to win. And again, you have access to all the cards, which is the most important thing. Now, a lot of you guys mentioned before about the blood thing. Apparently, that is something that you might be able to turn off. I didn't get an official statement, but I will update you guys on that if you guys can remove the blood. I know some of you guys were like, wow, that's so edgy, you get the blood in the game. But let me know, guys, again, if you guys would prefer this. But now that I've kind of showed you guys the interface of the game, and I'm going to let this duel finish off, obviously, at this point. It's all over. He's not going to do anything with no power bonds over here. But you can see I can click on the deck, and, well, as a spectator over here, right, let me click on it again. Oh, there we go. So you guys can see it just shows them all as face-down cards. You can't reveal the cards. Similar to, Dueling Network, if you were spectating, that would be overpowered. And you can see everything, well, at the very end it says you lose. The reason why is because your life point reached 0. So you can click OK, and then this is the menu. So let me go ahead and go over the menu. Now that you guys have kind of seen the game, I'll give you guys the brief synopsis and all the other information that you guys will watch. So as far as the main menu goes, okay, important thing, do not click on AI mode. If you click on it and you try to duel, it will crash the game. That is something that it was implemented in, and I have the version that lets you play in the AI mode, but don't worry, that will obviously be fixed later down the line. I'm not sure what exactly was wrong, but it will cause the game to crash. So do not go into AI mode. This is why I'm telling you guys, watch the whole video. As far as the online mode, these IPs are not your IPs, it's the server's IPs. I asked one of the guys that was working on the game, are you guys afraid of DDoS? He's like, no, we're not afraid of it. So that's good news. I was like, whoa, what are you guys putting out other people's IP addresses? There's also this face icon thing, which it might be something that you have to pay for, or something you unlock. I'm not sure exactly at the moment. There's no cash shop right now, but there's going to be little icons that you can have for your profile. I don't know if you guys remember Dueling Network, but in that game you could you can unlock these little pictures and avatars. It was just a fun little thing. But this is the servers that you guys can join. Again, the game is still in early access, so we're gonna have to wait for more people to download it, and now you guys can all have access to it. And then you have, of course, your replay mode, which is a similar thing. Now, there is a few new things. First off, watch, you guys. That's self-explanatory. Renaming the replay, deleting the replay. Okay, get YRP is something that, well, this is actually the YRP itself, but nonetheless, the YRP is the replay file. Now, there's also something called the YDK, which is getting the deck. So, you guys can use this to grab the decks that you guys want to use from, like, a replay. Maybe someone was playing something really cool, you want to steal their deck idea. Go ahead, go for it. Now, there's this other thing called get, it says reort, it meant to say get report, and you can sort the name. So, what is getting report? Let me go ahead and show you guys. Oh, by the way, this is the download link, but what is the report? So this is what the report is. It's currently still in development. Like I said, guys, this game is still in early access, but now you guys can download it and have some fun with it, because I think most people are going to replace their Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro client with this. Again, it doesn't really matter if you can't download it. Oh, by the way, file size for this is almost 5 gigs. And you're going to have to unrar it, so you're going to have to need at least 10 gigabytes. I know some people are like, wow, it's too big. Okay, that's fine. You continue playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro 1. But anyways, so this is what the report is. So it shows what kind of duel it is, how much life points, and it says draw, and it has the cards. This implementation is not fully developed yet. As you guys can see, the names are still in Chinese. But what it does is it gives you the report of the duel. So you guys can see exactly, what happened in the game, or if you want to, send it off to someone, I don't know, I think the replay is just much better than this, but nonetheless, it's a nice little feature that some of you guys might want, so you can have all in text form, so you can see how you lost, or how you won, or how the game went. And then, of course, sort name is just going to sort the name. Nothing too new with that. Now, as far as the deck edit mode, there was a bunch of changes that went on in the deck edit section. So let me just go ahead and click on edit. So they've changed a lot of different things with the search functionality. Let me click on this. So you can sort by a lot of different options now. Like if you wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in a certain year, you would type in, 1999 to, let's say like 2000 and, well, we're not that far yet, 2004. And then you just click search. And it's going to give you all those cards within those dates. So let's put like 2003. And we can click search, and it'll show you all those cards that came out in those specific years. So maybe you guys want to go play in like 2000 format. I think this is kind of cool. Maybe on a live stream we could do some things where it's like you can only use cards from this specific year, or certain things, or the scale of like the stuff. A lot of this has been changed. This is all kind of just cosmetic changes, but it's similar again to any of the other applications that you guys are familiar with, whether it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, DevPro, like you have like the type, the monster spell trap, all of that. Well, you have to select the monster first, and then of course you have like effects, synchro, XYZ, the attribute, and then the ban list, of course. And then you can sort by whatever. Now, for those of you guys that haven't seen this, I'm just going to cover this real quick. This interface looks really cool. So I can grab the cards and I can move them away. This basically just gets rid of the cards, so it's no longer in my deck. And there is this other thing called random. And this random feature is actually really nice. For those of you guys that want to practice your hands, your first 6 cards or 5 cards, depending if you're going first or second in the game, you guys can use that, and you just click on random, and then that can give you guys an idea of like what you're drawing turn 1. There's also this function, if you click the middle mouse button, it'll bring up that menu. But you can also rotate the board. I mentioned something with VR. That's not anything I believe that they have plans for, but I mean, I'm sure someone can mod this to be virtual. I don't think Konami will ever make a virtual game. It's just kind of expensive right now. HTC Vive and Oculus, they're still pretty pricey, so I don't think most Yu-Gi-Oh! Players really want that anyways. But let me know if you guys want VR for Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, would that be cool? Because the game is already kind of 3D in a sense, and originally, guys, this game was called Yu-Gi-Oh! 3D. But yeah, they had changed it since then. And like you can move the cards. What I like with this is like it's kind of like a Dueling Network in a sense. You can just like move the cards. Now there is no manual mode, so there's not like a Dueling Network version. Although there is something coming out. I'll give you guys a spoiler. There is something coming out in the future that's going to be like Dueling Network. You can just move the cards like that. But I'll save that video for when that actually comes out. So there's a few additional things that I wanted to mention from one of the guys that's working on the team. He sent me like a file of everything. So important things that I wanted to mention. So now let's go ahead and not save the deck. important things. Well, also you get the notepad for this. That's something that's kind of nice. For those of you guys that actually play in these Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, you can actually get the notepad. So that will. Let me click on notepad. Let me click on like junk topple and go to notepad over here. I think it's gonna. Okay. Well, maybe this is not. Is this not? Okay. Here it is. So this is something that can be very helpful for some of you guys. These are all the card numbers. So on the very bottom right-hand corner of the cards, that can give you the number, and you can obviously convert those to whatever you want, whatever file types you want, and you can use these for other things. Now, I know a question that you guys might ask would be, can you get your files from the other game? As far as the replays goes, I don't think you can. That might be something that they're working on. I tested it, and I couldn't get the replays to run in it, but nonetheless, again, it's still in alpha stages, and I need more of you guys to play with so I can hopefully get some replays and stuff. And I want to test out other things, but there's just no one to play with right now. But anyways, another important thing. Under the settings section, this can also cause the game to crash. RT renderer. This is something that's going to make it look nicer. I don't know exactly what it stands for, but it's going to give it a higher resolution. It just says it makes it look nicer, is apparently what the translation was. But it consumes more RAM. The ideal amount of RAM that you want is 4 gigabytes, apparently, to have this. Yeah, so if your game is crashing, uncheck this. But if your game is running fine and you're not having issues, then I would recommend keeping it on. And then obviously you can ignore the messages and then sort chain automatically if you would like to go ahead and do so. And they also mentioned, or the guy that was working on it on the team, he said, don't use a computer made before 2006, it might be dangerous. I don't know, it'll kind of explode or something. I don't know, maybe he's just saying that you want like a more recent computer. I believe this is definitely something that's going to use more resources than a normal computer. Or I guess than Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro is what I should definitely say. There's no music in the game as of right now, but all of the files are essentially the same. Let me go ahead and show you guys the files. So let me go ahead and go to Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro over here. So when you guys download the game, something like, it's not really that difficult, but as soon as you download the game and you unrar it, what you're going to do is you're going to open up the folder, and the folder is just called Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro 2, and that's what you're going to open up. And then obviously the deck is going to be the same. All the file types are the same. So I assume later on all of the YRP files, everything will start working as they will be working on the game. But yeah, that's pretty much the stuff I wanted to go over. Like I said, I'll leave the links down below in the description box. But there's one last thing. If any of you guys encounter any errors, go to the forum right now and go ahead and post what issues you guys are having. I know a lot of you guys say like, this isn't working. If you guys get any errors, make sure you guys go over to the forum and post what the problem is, and they can address that and actually fix it. And also, it would be nice to include a screenshot. Another important thing though, that it does not currently work on Mac. I believe Unity is an exe file. But yeah, guys, that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro 2. Have some fun with it. Let me know what you guys think. And let me know also, would you rather see Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro 1, which is what I've been using for like, most of my videos, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro 2, which is this new thing. I definitely, regardless of what you guys vote for, I will do Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro for a little bit just to cover it. But as the game is being developed, I'll obviously have to wait until we get more players, and obviously they have to sync up the servers somehow, and then we can play with, again, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro 1 players, because as of right now, no one's on because this video is super fresh. So guys, download the game so we can go play with each other and find out what bugs are in it, because it is in the earlier stages, alpha, beta, gamma. Get those alpha, beta, gamma warriors up to par. But anyways, let me know, guys, what you also think of the game. I think it's great. I think it'll definitely add a little bit more of spice to the game, because it just looks really cool, as you guys saw during the replays. Like the game it looks really next gen, and if you see any Chinese characters, don't worry, that will be fixed again in the future. The most important part is like the core game is running, and you can adjust everything. It's just really cool. Now these are the player icons that I mentioned before that you can unlock, so I like that. I like it. It gives you a reason to kind of play the game. And also you can increase the text size and decrease the text size, and this over here will cycle through the cards. There we go. I think I've mentioned everything that I wanted to mention. I have my notes on the side that I just want to make sure I did cover everything. And also, there is something called God mode. Do not enable that. I don't know where that feature was, but whatever that feature is, I don't know if he means to put your life points up to like a very high amount, but there's a note that says, do not try God mode. And also, there will be music added in the game. For those of you guys that don't know, you can customize your music in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro as well. You just have to rename the file. It's really simple, but I don't want to get too complex, and I'll show you guys how to customize everything once the game finally launches, and we can get like a more like completed version of the game, and then we don't have to like re-download any of the versions of the game. But have some fun with it, guys. Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro 2 looking pretty good. Konami would, where's the official game at Kappa? But anyways, this looks like to be one of the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Games that's going to be coming out in quite some time. Although there is Legacy of the Duelist apparently getting relaunched on the PC this December, so I'll also cover that game. But I honestly feel like this is going to be one of the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, but I feel like I'm ranting on for too long. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and have some fun with Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro 2. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys give the like button a titty slap. And again, guys, go to the forums when you guys have problems. Don't go to me. I didn't make this game. I just have access to it because my boy hooked me up. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'm signing out.